I look around the ceilings. Are there cameras anywhere in this room?
In this room, no.
I go back outside. Are there cameras outside the door or on walls that maybe look into this room?
There, there's cameras along the hallways. If you roll intelligence, I will let you know if you saw any other cameras in the place. Just 2d6 plus whatever your intelligence is. Yeah, the only cameras were really in the labs and through the hallways. There might have been one aimed at each landing pad. And you haven't checked this room yet either. Or this one.
Look, there's cameras in every single room here that I can see. One of them has got to capture.
Except for the mess hall and the power and stuff, server, whatever room that you're in right now.
One of them has to have captured whatever's destroying everything. We need to find a security room. Then we can take those images and see what we can see.
Well, I think this might be the security room. There's something about finding the data in the servers. These look like the remnants of servers to me. But there's still one more room to check. Well, two, I guess. By that one by the landing bay, but I don't see why that would be the security room.
Wouldn't a security room have, armaments, security things? This wasn't really well guarded.
It's also an outpost in the middle of nowhere. They probably didn't have a big security detail.
We had to sign a non-disclosure agreement just to talk to them.
Yeah, well, that's probably, maybe no one really knows this thing even is that much out here, And they were probably more worried about their research secrets getting out.
All the more reason to monitor everyone and keep close tabs on everything.
Yeah, well, let's just check the last room and then get out of here. And Leopold's gonna walk to the last room that's in the hallway.
Me too.
Okay, it's pretty obvious that these are living quarters. And there's a lot more blood here. Like it's all pretty old, so it's all dried on. But I mean, these were probably this stuff's on thicker than it was elsewhere.
Your scanner can detect chemicals, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you tried scanning the blood yet?
No, I'm not sure if it'll be very useful, but I might be able to see if there's any saliva or residue on the bite marks as well. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do both of those things.
One moment. Which scanner are you using?
It's the survey. It says it can do like a soily sample, so like it does a chemical analysis with samples. So you should be able to. It won't give you like a DNA readout, but like it might tell you what generally is in it.
Okie dokie. Roll science. You would have been better off with a bioscanner.
Yeah, but like he's more of an archaeologist than a biology person. So.
He'd also need like tech medical or something different for that. So, yeah. So make your roll. Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, I wish you had gotten this result on something else, because there's definitely chemicals in here that aren't part of normal Earth Terran life forms. That's all you can tell.
Alright. But like the blood itself is like seems to be human, or
It's made of. I mean,
made of the
there's
same things that
there's
human
the
blood is made
chemicals
out
that
of.
you would
Yeah,
expect to find in
in
human
human
blood.
yeah, but then there's also extra stuff. Okay.
As far
I
as
wanna
you're
see
aware, I mean, you're
any
not a
interesting
biologist
chemicals?
or anything, but with that result, you're pretty confident. What'd you say?
Any interesting chemicals?
Any what?
Any chemicals that are interesting by like what they are?
Not particularly.
Okie dokie.
There might be trace elements of like stuff that is used for spike drives, but that you'd expect that on a place researching metadimensional stuff.
Also, I'm gonna search the room for any personal data devices or potential notebooks or things.
I mean, this room too.
Or is it like all gone?
I mean, small loose items. Yeah, it's all gone. It's not like the beds themselves. Most of them. I mean, there's a bite here and there, but they haven't really been eaten. Maybe there's one that has a huge bite taken out of it, but other than that.
Alright, well let's get out of here. I say we get out to the ship, fly a bit away from here, relay what we found, and if it's enough or not. Maybe get a security team.
Right behind you, Top.
I wish we could go look at those ruins.
Well, maybe they'll want us to, but I'm not going to go in there without a security team at this point. Trust me, nobody wants to go into those ruins more than I do. And he'll start heading for the exit.
You all go back to the ship.
Carefully, but yes.
Are we going to check that room that's connected to the two hangars on our way out or not?
You're captain of your side.
Yeah, are you running the show or are you not?
I'd like to not do things that my crew doesn't want to do. Especially
We'll
since it seems
protest
like...
if we.
I
We'll
wouldn't have come
protest
along.
if you don't like it.
Okay, let's check it out.
Okay. Well, you get up to it, and you don't. I mean, the doors are the same as when you tried to get into the main compound.
Leopold, will you help me force this door?
Yeah, sure. What was that? It was like a physical... What did you roll for this?
He had me do a physical save last time.
Oh, this has a 0% chance of success. My physical save is terrible. Oh, look at that!
You force it open yourself. These doors aren't very hard to open up. So yeah, you slide the door open. And you go in, I assume. So you see boxes. This looks like a storage room.
I start opening boxes.
Okay, do you keep opening them all, or like, I mean, the first one you open, it's got a what's it called? It's got like lots of artifacts, like the alien ones.
Ooh. I pick up the box and bring it to Leopold and be like, what are these?
While they're doing that, I keep looking for survivors or hostiles, threats.
Would this be a science check?
Yeah.
Well,
It's some kind of alien artifact. It looks like a tube made of some sort of gel. You can't really tell much other than that. There's a lot of them in this one thing.
well, assume these are probably what they were going to ship back.
They look like, and they look like they're embossed in some way.
They're what?
Like they're
There's
embossed.
writings on it, right? So like writing
Yeah.
or pictures or
Like, yeah, it's mostly writing, just designs.
Do you think they're safe to touch?
I have no idea. Don't really know what they are.
You see Gemma's kind of eyeing them. There's a little bit of glee as she looks at them. I kind of want one.
Well, if these were shipped, they might have shipping manifests. They might notice if something goes missing.
Everything's being eaten here.
Yeah, but if they were supposed to be coming back, they might have records of it in other servers than here. And this room doesn't. This room doesn't really look like it's been broken into and then eaten, does it? It's pretty much like whole.
Yeah. Although in the corner, although towards the other end, there's like a little bit of, there's like one or two artifacts on the ground. Small ones.
I put the box down and I go look at those ones.
Are there any boxes that are like open already?
Nope.
The shadow will eat you. Shh. Don't make it like that Doctor Who episode.
No.
The library. Or we can call it the library instead.
What do the artifacts in the corner look like?
Sorry, I had to step away for a moment. What's going on? Hello.
I want to know what the artifacts in the corner look like.
Ah. One of them looks like a broken black slate. It's blank.
And the other?
It looks sort of like a dumbbell. One of those tiny ones.
But does it like have alien writing or something on it?
No.
It looks human.
Huh?
The dumbbell, it looks like it's a human piece, not alien.
No.
It looks alien.
No. It looks like it's made out of something similar to the black stone that most of this stuff is made out of.
pick up the dumbbell.
Uh, either end, the bulbous ends each look like pretty much just, they look like the Blackstone, but a little bit transparent. That's about it.
How big are we talking? Like a little trinket size, or like dumbbell size?
Like tiny little women's dumbbell that's like 5 pounds.
I pick it up and I bring it to Leopold and I ask if he knows what this is.
He always gets you.
Instead of going back for the cat, we went back for the artifacts.
Who goes back for a cat? That's dumb.
Do you want to know what this is?
You will know something about it as soon as I do.
Alrighty, so we will play the Jeopardy theme song on loop.
Oh yeah, that page got shut down when the computer shut down. Yay.
He's always
Opened up the wrong one.
He's always hunting.
Barry, you should just have a survivor so you can play someone with a terrible accent. Oh no! Please help me. As John's character just shoots him in the face.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Was that character supposed to be offensive and racist that you were doing earlier? Because I didn't get it.
It sounded pretty much exactly like your regular voice.
Yeah, I went for or tried to do a Chinese, but it just came out something else. So, which that doesn't never happen. No.
Everything is either your regular voice or Russian, or potentially Scottish/Irish.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell them apart. Although, if I was talking to someone who was either Scottish or Irish, they'd probably hurt me.
Okay. You're not 100% sure what it does, but you think it activates by slamming either end of it really hard into something.
Okie dokie. Yeah, just don't hit either of those ends against anything. I think that's how it turns on, but I'm not sure what it does. So you might want to be careful with that thing.
You really shouldn't have told me that.
If you're gonna take it, I can look at it some more to figure out if it's gonna do something dangerous.
Well, ever since they said it was an alien ruin, I had no intention of leaving this place without something. So.
Okay, you can take it if you're willing to deal with if they come after you for stealing property or some nonsense. So.
This place is in ruins. I'd be honestly very surprised if they noticed one little thing missing.
It will come for you.
Stop it.
No. All right, let's just get going then. This place is disturbing to say the least. All right, let's go back to the ship, and it'll calm Farah and be like, Farah, turn the ship back on. We're leaving.
We are leaving.
GMs, did we make it to the ship without getting killed by a murderous creature?
Yep.
Yay! Is there a murderous creature on our ship?
Well, I mean, you have to roll a skill check for that.
All right, let's all check the ship.
Perception. I mean, when you ask Vera, she says she didn't hear anything.
I like all those rooms.
Yeah, you guys don't find nothing.
All right, let's go.
I take the little artifact and I go to my room and I find a little chest underneath my bed, put it in there, tuck it away far into a corner, and come back out.
I also edit that. I delete that part of the video footage about us stealing that. It doesn't exist.
And the part about talking about it.
Yeah, no, well, like when we went in there and then we started looking at stuff, I kind of just like turned it off.
And deleted the part about you going in there in the first place, or thinking
Yeah.
about going in there.
Yeah, like you walk up to the door and then you splice us coming out, like walking away from the door. No one can tell. Slash, I just like end the footage there and I'll say my files were full and it doesn't matter. So I'll just end the files with us going in there. That'd be
We're
great.
talking about going into storage. Do you want to roll computers to see how good of an edit job you did?
Well, I'm not gonna show anything after that. It's just gonna be like,
How about
oh, I ran out of space on my.
Well, I mean, you were
recorder.
talking about the storage while you were inside the.
Yeah, but it doesn't
power room.
matter. Like,
Are you gonna cut there, or?
no, like I can just like before we go in, I can just be like my thing ran out of space, so I could stop recording. I don't need to edit it at all. I can just delete the end.
Okay.
Although I could also just delete it before we ever say anything about going to the storage room.
do that?
Yeah, that sounds good. He would not be suspicious.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that instead. But also, I will delete that after we take off. Taking off is more important.
I mean, roll for taking off.
What could go wrong? It can't be worse than my other rolls, right?
Alright, what do you have again on piloting?
It's a 0.
Okay.
What modifier are we doing this time?
Yeah, well, dexterity. I mean, you're piloting the ship. I mean, you have a 0, so getting up into the atmosphere is not a
Oops,
problem.
I rolled the wrong thing.
Yeah, you did.
Darn, that was a really good roll.
Yeah, it was.
It has the same bonuses, except it has a plus. It's a +1 instead of a minus. No, it still has a -1 because I used dexterity. It's the exact
Okay.
same roll. It's just
Then I'll accept it.
yay. We're playing the GM friendly rules. If you roll badly on the wrong thing, it doesn't count.
Well, if you roll badly and it holds the exact same stats,
Yeah, then it's the same.
it counts.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
because it's just dice.
I will give on that. But if it doesn't, then I'm going to make you reroll. Even though we could just switch around. What the
No, it
additions
should
and
count for
subtractions
everything
are.
because, like, in this die system, there's not a lot of differences.
Yeah. Okay, roll again.
What? No, I said we should.
You said it should count for everything.
Yeah, so we don't have to re-roll. I thought that was the conclusion we just reached here.
Oh, wait, no. No, I'm going to the opposite conclusion. You have to reroll unless. Then we go back to the normal one where you have to reroll if it's not the exact same stat additions and deductions.
I mean, it is.
I know it is. That's why I'm saying you don't have to reroll this time.
Yeah. I was saying, like, since it's just you roll 2d6
Boy, we're
for
talking about this a lot.
You just roll 2d6
Yes,
for
yes,
everything,
we
so
are.
you can just change the modifiers to suit the actual
Okay.
thing, because this
Yeah,
doesn't
you
affect the
take
dice
off.
roll.
You don't snag any trees and smack the tip of the ship into the ground or anything. You go straight, you go up a good 50 feet to be sure, and then you fly off.
Alright, can we just, like, chill out in orbit?
Yeah.
And, like, look at the hard
I
drives.
mean, you're going
and
to be
such.
using, you're going to be using your life support.
Yes, that's true. I prefer not being on that, but I mean, like, You said like communications would be like 5 minutes between them and.
I mean,
Also-
it's FTL communications.
Yeah.
It's instant.
So like, I'd rather be as far away from the things as possible at the moment,
Yep.
but while still being close enough if they want to like come back.
Okay, so you like transmit the data.
Well, first I kind of want to look at some of the data that was on the hard drives that we got.
I'm already on that.
Computer check.
Yeah, I fished a hard drive out of my pocket and handed it to who wants it? Gemini?
Yeah, she's better with computers than me. Well, let's see what did that. Potentially.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, computers to get past the encryption on the hard drives, but because the data is the research data itself is protected, you can access the drives, but you can't get into the actual what they were researching and the data about it. Not even with the codes they gave you, because I mean, yeah,
They just
don't
gave us like
want-
entry level codes.
Yeah, you can get in the doors and stuff. Not that helped. And I'll let that science roll count after you do a computers roll. Okay, yeah, you managed to get in. And you understand a decent amount. I mean, as much as the scientists, to some degree, might have understood, but you only had really, from as far as you can tell, they were just studying the artifacts, and a lot of their study focused around metadimensional stuff, particularly the ability of this race to manipulate metadimensional energies with technology and technology alone.
Metadimensional. We're talking like
The
Other
dimensions
Like
you
what
go
you go
through
into them with
while
spike.
you,
Yeah, you drill through them
and-
to get. Yeah, when you're doing the spike drive stuff.
and the energy and the place where the energy for your psychic powers comes from, which you would definitely know about.
okay. Do I know, because sci-fi, do I know if accessing the metadimensional at all could potentially access creatures or open a gateway for creatures to come through?
You have to be crazy to think something like that. No one thinks anything can live in those places
Well, I mean,
and come through.
Leopold kind of does, but yeah, he doesn't think they can come back. They can come back, but that's it.
No one
that's-
reputable thinks that.
Hey, I'm reputable.
Yeah, I booted out of the academy.
No, they just didn't want to fund my research. Nobody wants to become an immortal metadimensional being. No. Shh. What? Who said that? I said
Okay,
nothing. That was out of character. You know
but
nothing.
because I'm a psychic, because I personally figured this out on my own, is there anything I can roll for me to come to that conclusion? Or at least an idea?
I mean, to which conclusion? That there's creatures from other dimensions?
That's a possibility.
I mean, not really. There's no scientific evidence that that's even possible. I mean, people think there might be life in some of these other dimensions, but they don't think that it could exist within our dimension. Because, I mean, the way a spike drive works is it drops you into other dimensions, but you can only stay in spike drive space so long. You need a better spike drive to stay in longer. And what's basically going on is you take a bit of reality with you, and that breaks down over time.
Well, Zariana thinks that's what happened.
What
And-
did you want to roll for?
I'm trying to connect my real world knowledge with my character's knowledge because
It's fair.
I personally
I don't.
think
Why do you need to roll for that? Just do it. And you
because he
can
says
make
that
your.
would be a ludicrous idea.
Yeah, I mean, the only person who would come close to that is Leopold, and he doesn't even think that they could come back. So you're probably out of luck on that one.
Yeah, the basic idea is that whatever laws of physics and conditions they live under and are required for the creatures living in other dimensions, it probably wouldn't. If it came into this dimension, it would probably, since the laws of physics work really vastly differently, it would just die.
Timing seems really suspicious to me.
I'm confused. I don't understand why her character can't have whatever notions that character wants to have. If it
I mean,
comes
she
into
can
their
have
mind.
those notions, but her with that role, her scientific knowledge says that that's ludicrous. Even if she has a gut
Okay,
feeling that's what
I
happened.
don't think I'm making myself clear. What's the purpose of the role?
The role is to tell what she knows about the way the universe works, as far as the question she's asking. Her scientific knowledge about whether or not that's realistically possible in the universe in which she lives.
Basically, it's the GM Hammer way of saying that's probably not what's happening,
Based on what she knows.
based on popular science and what she knows of science. But
Yes.
so traditional science would say that's not possible.
Now, whether or not she believes traditional science and agrees with traditional science, that's not something I get to say.
Okay, then let me just reason this out. From Gemini's perspective, even though she's like, this is probably a crazy idea, but she's just keeping all possibilities open.
She's got this niggling little suspicion that that's one of the more reasonable possibilities.
Yes, considering all she's seen, the evidence seems to point that this could be one of the possibilities, even though it sounds ludicrous.
I'll let you roll a history, Leopold.
Is this intelligence, wisdom? What is it?
Intelligence.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Really?
I have history too.
You don't have the background.
It's my personal history.
He studied history of a different sort. Not very much, but
Well, I'm just saying that I don't know him, but I have a lot of history and background in psionic stuff. So with that connection,
you could roll SciTech, but well, you can roll SciTech if you have it, which you probably do. Tech SciTech. Yeah, I mean, SciTech generally just deals with psychics and how that works, how people use metadimensional energy channeled through their brains. It doesn't really have anything to say about metadimensional physics or metadimensional xenobiology. And that's some far out stuff there.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I had to take my headset off. It was hurting my head, so now I'm on wherever the microphone on this laptop is at.
But yeah, this just doesn't touch on creatures from other dimensions. You're not even sure if something like that exists, whether it would have psychic powers.
Alright, anyway, can we pull up like a communication line with these people?
Yep. And you have FTL communications. You can just pull up the internet, throw all the data.
Well, no,
in
they
a file.
didn't want the data transferred. It just got intercepted. So like, I'm gonna tell them we have stuff, and if that's enough and what they wanted.
So you're gonna describe to them
The
all the stuff
situation,
that you
but
have.
not the data, not transmit the data. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Barry. Video communications are open with whoever that guy was.
Okay. Yes. Who's this speaking?
This is Leopold Bosch of the Pathfinder. We were sent to this outpost to find out what happened.
Oh, yes. What did you find out?
Well, as far as we can tell, everyone's dead.
That is most unfortunate.
There's blood everywhere. There's weird bite marks on things. A lot of stuff is just missing. All the server room and the power room is completely destroyed. We were able to get some hard drives from the research lab, and I've documented it with video evidence. But there appears there might be some sort of creature running down there, so we kind of got in and got out as quickly as we could. But we searched every room in the facility, and we didn't find anybody.
So, you're telling me you have some information, but not all. You don't know what actually did this, do you?
Something pretty dangerous, but no, all the security. The only hard drives we salvaged were research hard drives. There wasn't any security footage on them. The servers were completely destroyed.
So you don't know what did this?
No, but I'd prefer having a full security team if we're going to find out, since it seems like everyone's dead. We weren't sure exactly what was going on here, but having trained people to investigate this might be a good idea.
Yes, it's training people. I do believe I'm going to have to apologize for this, because I do not believe my company assets are being backed up just yet. So, I'm unable to send you any security personnel at this time. There's no known threat right now.
There's no known threat from bite marks and literally blood-coating hallways and everyone dead. And you telling me we're supposed to go down there and figure out what it is, well, that implies we finding it, right? And if it killed everyone, that's a threat. So if you don't want us to go down there and find it, I'll be happy to bring the research data back to you.
Well, if you bring the research data, unfortunately, just the research data alone is not going to satisfy the contract. The contract also states that you must find out what did this.
Well, you just want to know what happened. Everyone's dead. That's what happened.
Yes, what caused this?
Yeah, if you want that, I'm really, really happy to wait for some extra security, and then we'll go with them and we'll find out what happened.
Well, for that, we'd have to renegotiate the contract just a little bit.
Oh, sorry. So you offer a security team as backup, but then without negotiating the contract.
With
So when I request the backup,
with
then
viable evidence of a localized threat.
I can send you my video footage. You'll see it. It's quite a bloodbath down there.
A bloodbath can be duplicated by mercenaries and teeth marks can be done with lasers. Your point?
It wasn't lasers. I looked.
Yeah, it's not lasers. We found some foreign substances in the bite marks that aren't human, and also both landing pads had chips on them, and there were no clearings. So if it was mercenaries, where did they land?
Well, that's not part for me to find out. It's for you to find out.
Well, they didn't because it wasn't mercenaries.
I have your contract here with me. I don't seem to find anything on here that says anything about backup.
We were told that there would be security teams standing by if there was problems and hostile situations. This qualifies if you want us to actually go down there and find some sort of thing that literally killed all of your people. Really? I guess, there's a solution here. Is you either, help us out here, or I guess
We
you'll never
searched
find
the
out what
facility
happened.
high and low. This is what we found.
Yeah, there's
We
nothing
didn't
else.
find what did this.
Yeah, there's nothing else in the facility.
I will reiterate that the contract is to discover the whole situation and recover any research that is still there if the
That's what we
site
did. Here it
is in an emergency situation.
We found all there is to find.
Oh, you did? Well, please document that. Let me know what you have found. Did you find the creature that did this?
No.
It's not there anymore.
We'd probably be dead if it was.
Have you also checked in on the dig site? Because that was part of the contract as well, is that you investigate the site, including the dig site, to find out what all research and information was located there.
Out of character, what's the dig site? Is that the
Yeah, he's referring to the
thing?
ruins.
I whisper over to them out of the comlink's earshot. If they won't accept what we've got, I may have a plan.
I mean, we are investing quite a bit of money into this, and we would like to see a return on it. Don't forget that we do have a hefty sum for your contract.
I terminate the audio, and then I look at Leopold. I said, "Tell him we'll call him back."
Yeah, I'll be like, turn the audio back on. Well, look, we're gonna talk about some stuff with my crew. I'll be in touch shortly.
Alright, if that's what you wish. Goodbye.
I sure wish we had a hard copy of this contract that we apparently signed, so that they couldn't just keep adding things on as they like to after the fact.
Well, I knew they weren't going to accept our findings.
What do you got? What's your plan?
We're going to have to find that creature. It's the only way they're going to let us off the hook. So I think we land the ship. It seems to like eating anything that's noisy and creates power. Anything around it.
You think we should bait it?
Yeah, make as big a noise as possible. Blow it up.
What are we blowing it up with?
There's a turret on our ship.
Let's shoot bullets out of our guns.
Yeah, well,
Also,
we're not sure. I'm not sure if any of these people had weapons. Perhaps it's not very effective. There were laser blasts on walls, so clearly they tried that.
They tried trapping it.
Let's hear your alternative, Hop. You make another phone call and argue with a clown on the other end of it?
I think the biggest answer we need is probably from that room. Whatever funky thing's going on with that is probably has to do with the creature. So we either go there, risk our necks, or make a big noise at our ship and risk our ship's neck.
Yeah, see, but the ship is necessary to get off the planet and to communicate with them if they needed to come get us.
So our credits. Our ship has a big turret. If that fails, we have other weapons too.
So you're saying just wait for it to show up, me staying in the pilot seat, reviewing the gunnery, and we just wait for it to show up and maybe catch it on video. See, they want proof of it, so if we just vaporize it, then that's not going to be good enough for them either.
It's a trap set up what you need to set up, but we will not get anything unless we have concrete proof of what attacked here, and we go in there and check on their ruins. They want to know what's happened, so they don't want to leave it to mystery. They're not going to do anything for us unless they know for sure.
Yeah, well, I guess we could give it a shot. I suppose even if we captured it on camera trying to attack us and we took off on this ship to get away from it, they probably still wouldn't send reinforcements.
They were never going to. They said that just to placate us.
Yeah, well, apparently they don't really want the research then.
Just like they did with the command codes. Those codes were only good enough to get to the front door. I think that's pretty much all we can expect from them.
Yeah, well, I guess they don't really want their research data that much. Thought they were doing something that was going to help their business earn a lot of money. Apparently it's not
Regardless of
worth
how much
it.
they want their research, I want my money.
Yeah, that would be nice.
They're bureaucrats, first and foremost. They're going to think like bureaucrats, and safety is very important to them. They're not going to risk their neck, politically or physically. So they're not sending a security team unless they know that it won't be a cakewalk.
I will point out they've lost 3 company ships already. And crew.
And there's no imminent threat. Laughing.
I hate to break it to you, Captain. We're the Suicide Squad here.
Well, we're not Suicide Squad because we're not going to die. And we got to figure out. I guess the luring situation is probably the best because if we're all still on the ship and it doesn't get onto the ship, we can always take off.
Then let's lay a trap for it.
Yep, sounds like the plan. Stopping point, question mark?
Alright,
Yep.
so, yeah, just figured about right now would be a good time. So your plan is to go back down to the planet's surface and lay a trap, right?
Yeah. Face palming.
Okay. In that case, we will end with this shot of this ship descending down onto the planet, entering the atmosphere, and looking all nice and impressive as we zoom out. And thank you for joining us in on YouTube. Thank you for joining us here live. And players, you guys, I hope you guys have fun, and hopefully we get to do this more often. Good night, everyone, and God bless.